So Chris, tell me about this. This is a RCA BA6A recreation.
Yes, it's a 6A work alike, just like the original. Basically, straight up like the original, all the original tubes, tube power supply. We didn't skimp on anything as far as the transformers, the topology goes, but we added some features to bring it into the modern era. So we've added a threshold control first up. So if it gets a little grabby, you can dial back that threshold, or you can go crazy and diamond. It still has the stock value right there at 24. So if you want to run the stock threshold value of the original BA6A, you have that. We added a sidechain high pass, simple one, just 120 hertz. We also added attack control, a release control. All these have the stock values printed on the little scale plate.
I think that's awesome, by the way.
Yeah. The release control is especially awesome because it just brings it makes it so much more modern. If you can speed up that release, it's a completely different compressor than what you would expect from a BA6A. But you still have that sound right there if you want it. We did simplify the valve limit switch here, and we added an off function. So like you could bypass compression, just get grit and
Just use the box tone from.
Yep, exactly. So then we also, this is really neat, we added a negative feedback switch, which reduces the negative feedback and adds all this edge and dynamics.
Okay, so that I'm going to assume, dramatically increases the THD in the box.
Yes, exactly. It's almost like the same function as the drive switch that we have on the VCOM Plus. It just kicks it in the butt a little bit as soon as you turn it up.
That's really, really awesome. So, I'm looking back here, and this looks very, very original, even down to the RCA tubes. Are these NOS, or were you...
Everything is new old stock except for the power tubes, because power tubes usually die quicker, and that's usually even a guitar amps you use modern guitar power tubes there, but everything else will be new old stock in this.
So as far as the new old stock stuff goes, is this a limited edition unit, or?
It's probably going to end up being a little bit more limited edition. We're gonna throw them in our inventory drops.
Yep.
There's some other products we're going to have a list for that people can sign up and they can always get. Just because of the tube supply being new old stock, it's going to be a special thing that, like, here we go, we've made 5 of them. Here you go, grab them if you got them, if you're ready. So yeah, that's going to be one of those things that I could see, just because the tube supply on some of these old black metal tubes, it's from the 40s,
Absolutely. So what is the retail price of this going to be?
We're tentatively thinking, right now we're just announcing that it exists, but we're tentatively thinking price-wise somewhere between $24.99, $29.99 range.
Oh, that's still an amazing price.
Yeah, considering that the originals are, 15, 20 grand, and they're worth it. Trust me, building this, it's a beast.
So when do you think you'll be taking orders?
I'm thinking late summer, fall.
Okay, can I order one right now?
We'll see.
Okay, well, let me know. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. I have to say, before we go, you got a couple other exciting things that are happening here. The 1178 over here is the talk of the town. Everybody is talking about how hyped they are about this. And, you've got a wet-dry going on over here. What is going on this switch?
So we have a sidechain high pass as well. Repositioned. We have 80 hertz and 120 hertz as well. And, we have the original stereo A-B switch, which is killer on this. It's a straight 1178 with these added options that were requested by a lot of, Ryan Hewitt, for instance, requested these 2 mods in particular. Who mixes with Red Hot Chili Peppers and a bunch of other.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah, and he, that was, and then Manny Nieto, who's going to be speaking here, he actually sent us his original. And we used that was the God model. And I sat and, listened, and I found out, his chips, the same chips that he's using in there, the schematic, for instance, calls for the TLO 84s, but they use 74s in here. So that's what we're using. So we use that as the God model and everything, how much you like the meters, all that stuff. Every little fine detail.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it falls apart the same way his original does in 20 to 1 when you dive the inputs and you're just cranking everything full wide open. It sounds exactly the same. I recorded sound clips of just it, how you would never use it, but what's pushing the unit to the brink of just everything breaking apart,
Well, I'm very excited that you're excited about those smaller details, because I feel like that is where the difference in what makes something good and something bad in this industry really truly lives.
It's always in the details. Yeah.
So I have to say, your booth looks amazing, and you got best in show, in my opinion, with the new BA6A. You were the only person that I came here wanting to talk to. I've got to talk to like everybody because of what we're doing, but tremendous job.
Oh, thank you. No, we have an excellent team. Everyone here is like, it's the coolest people. Like everyone that works at Audioscape, they love music. They know what this stuff is, and they're just excited to come to work every day and build it. So.
Awesome to hear it. Well, thank you for taking your time to talk to us.
Likewise. Thank you.